Hi, crafty friends. You guys, I am still cleaning the craft room. I know it's been a mess, but I have found so many surfaces. So I'm like, let's redo this. It was Halloween. We didn't use it for that. So let's make it something a little bit different. So I'm just going to remove the back off of it. I'm just going to pop it out. And I didn't realize until I started popping it out, there's actually little tiny nails holding it together, which is interesting because it's kind of inset in the back. So it just kind of pops in and pops out, but I guess they thought they needed to put the nails in it. So I just pulled those out once I got the back part off. And then what we're going to do is we're going to trace it onto one of the Dollar Tree tiles. This is, they come in the silver, they come in the white and the blue, and then this newer color. But we're going to go ahead and paint everything. So once we get it all cut out, we're going to use that back piece and we're just going to hot glue it right on there. And then I actually made this when I was cutting it a little bit bigger. So then that way I could go trim it down because I didn't want it to be too small. I've accidentally done that before and well, that's never any fun. So I'm just trimming off of those edge pieces. That way when we put it back into that little frame, it'll fit perfectly. So I'm just going to use a cream color here. I'm going to give everything a couple of coats, even the frame, inside, the outside, the back of it, everything. Just a really good coat. And when I'm using chalk paint on this little plastic tile. I guess it's plastic. Yeah, it's plastic. Sorry, I just had a moment there. Do you do that when you talk to yourself and then you're like, it comes out loud? Anyways, but I did let the first coat completely dry before I did the second coat. That way it really adheres well to it. And I love that the chalk paint does that. I have so many questions from people that ask, oh, what about acrylic versus chalk? Which one do you prefer? And I go chalk paint every time. Acrylic, you have to do, in my opinion, you have to do so many more coats. Because it's not as thick as this. So once I get this all done, I'll let everything dry really good. And then what we're going to do is we are going to sand the wood part of the frame. Faux wood is probably a better description of that, but I'm just going to use some sandpaper and really just kind of sand where the edges would be and the sides so that it looks a little bit worn. And then what I decided to do to the tile that we painted there is we're going to distress it with not really distress it, but highlight, I should say, all the little bumpies and everything with an ink pad. And I'm going to use Rich Cocoa. Once it dries, it almost gives it, even though it's supposed to be like a brown, it will almost give it a little bit of a gray. And I know a lot of you are going to say, oh my gosh, that's so much like how it was. And then you painted it. And yes, I know it will be very similar in the end. However, I wanted that chalk paint look rather than it just being that plastic look. So that's why I did that. And then I actually added a little heart to it. And look how stinking adorable. We could pull the heart off. We could put something else on. Just so many things that we could do with this. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow for more.